best of us. Don't let it get to you. No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Champion to prevail with weapon shield.
We could obtain some rare materials here, if it pleases you, Master.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
Or the use of your lanterns.
You have my protection.
Watch your footing, Master. Losing your balance on an incline this shot could be perilous. Wonderful to strike through. Arisen, are you all right?
Let my magic imbue your weapons with the fury of the elements.
I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen.
Another encounter? I ill like this. We are already hard-pressed from our previous engagement. There are more who can yet be saved. Goodness. Fire up, I
Fall if we remain calm and watch our footing.
Careful now.
Exemplary performance.
Let us try for the same result with our next attack.
And I take the rest.
The product of your healing. My sustain is yours to win.
Lay down your arms before you hurt yourself.
Hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Lay down your arms before you hurt yourself.
Our respective abilities are unique as well. A Medusa. Few creatures are more perilous.
There's the fearsome power to turn his foes to stone.
Careful, Master. We cannot be too cautious.
Competitive by armies, but with a single glance. Same outcomes, agony strength.
Clear your mind of such distractions. We must focus on felling the beast. Let my magics grant you an elemental doom.
Well aimed strike, right where it hurts.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Such moments make me proud to serve the Arisen.
A firm resolve has taken root in my heart since we met. I may be past my prime as a fighter, but I can still teach. And if anyone can master this technique, 'tis you. Go on, humor an old man.
Well done, Arisen. You have acquired a Maester's teaching, an important milestone in mastering any vocation.
'Tis an honor and a privilege to serve a master so accomplished.
Then I shall remain by your side.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around. "'Tis clear we are little welcome here.
in spite of our amicable intentions.
The elves are a people worth befriending, if we can but find a way to soften their hearts.
Akael fil Arume fa in Iterond, etel Eldalia nun we. In Lalasta.
Findamun. Jarmen ran soron.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
Casinque telpe nun finaler. Lera ne fir heranon, anne artaher firnis. Aidalia anandor, nun lintan.
Nenamboe yavstir uru findelnar. Liateren ayale. Kemen ros uru neteren, neromen anartelpe minasvana. Nun
Luintarme kinalen meltol, parante lume an lis. Ne kemen kayai ne meltol linkan aldakar, an fir nun fiamur. Morivin paran vanis tiel?
Palan hjarmenran, lis fa arnefane. Artehar lis manasvana fui numen alekan. Elorato ala, nun mor artaher. Firnis an erumar isilrod eteller, lera aetena. Nenwen mor aiwanon, alcarwa fir nun eldaya menelume sur carilm. Iavstir lalastar, nun falasmir magananon, anamor lis.
I thank you, friend. It would be no exaggeration to say that you have saved my people.
your fight continues, does it not? Be well, and come back safe. Your fight continues.
Gathering materials makes for dull work indeed.
Onde casinque fanil.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer all told, I'm right.
A well-organized pack is my specialty. I'll see to... Over many fierce battles was our...
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be only too glad to assist. Please dispense with the format.
Take me as your shield, Arisen. Upon my fighter's pride, no foe shall harm you while I yet stand. Are you fit to travel? A troubling rumor has reached my ears, and methinks I ought to share it. 'Tis said there is an illness pawns can contract beyond the rift that inflicts unspeakable harm on those around them. As it progresses, the pawn gradually loses all self-control, and in time will even cease to heed the Arisen's commands. My magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. Those are wards! We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Well done!
I hope you weren't expecting mercy. I shall not move from this seat.
Enchantment of cold to freeze our foes. It seems we have enraged our foe.
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
The month I spent with Lord Phasus was a queer experience indeed. Though my mind was perpetually unclear, I always felt your presence, Master. full glad I am that... We have been reunited. 'Twas an ordeal indeed, and there is much for us to ponder. But for now, we must find a means to forge ahead. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you.
Over so soon? Why, we seem to have come through unscathed.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but you've an impressive collection of scars. I dare say they speak to the rigor of your travels alongside the Arisen.
Each one is a memory formed at my master's side, and I'm proud to wear them all. Here we go again. If battle cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die. By your lead. Let my magics grant you an elemental wound. wait a moment. Keep your eyes peeled as we cross. Who can say what awaits us on the other side? Understood. You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use. Found a material. I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. On my way! I shall finish this! For the Arisen! Shall come to you. In traversing other worlds, I came to know of a treasure chest in this area. Perchance you'd like to see it. Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together. Would anyone care to push?
Would not be unwelcome for an ally to appear for once.
Fight! To arms! By your leave. Defend themselves when grappled like this.
You'll not live.
Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes.
Was most effective.
I do not understand. What has befallen our world? It seems the world is to be brought to an end. We cannot allow this to come to pass. You have my protection. The fire must be put out ere our comrade burns. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Come to think of it, some masters rearrange their party at the drop of a hat. One such arisen dismissed me after only... Vernworth is home to many dozens, each with their own lives, their own joys and struggles. Rather fascinating, isn't it?
'Tis a vast place. I wonder how many... corners we have left to explore. There's a ladder here. We ought to put it to good use.
Have you business with the guild, sir? Have you found any of the items we discussed? Perchance. Do come again.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Only care I have is how to spend the day.
There's got to be something fun to do.
How might I be of service? Mayhap I will find myself better. Suppose that's enough to make a look at my wares.
Do stop and have a look.
Days like this make me glad to be alive.
I can't wait to see what the day holds.
Your Majesty, how glad I am to see you safe. Where have you been this past month? The end of the world. Are things truly so dire? Though, I am aware of the dragon attack on Melv. We received word that naught but a smoking ruin remains. 'Twas a tragedy, and I would not see it repeated. However, without a clear path, we in the Guard shall be hard-pressed to forestall the impending crisis. You would have me evacuate the city? I see. Mayhap 'twould be for the best. Ever since the fall of Melv, the citizens of Vernworth have lived in fear that their homes are next to be assailed. If there is safe harbor to be found elsewhere, I believe we have naught to lose by seeking sanctuary. But I doubt I could convince the people of the city to abandon their homes, however terrified they may be. Methinks your Majesty would do better to ask this of the Regent King. After the false sovereign vanished and the world was altered, His Grace has been the one keeping order here in Vermont. If the people will heed anyone, 'tis him.
'Tis admirable how Regent King Sven has taken up command of the kingdom. We would be remiss not to offer him our aid.
Understood.
I'll teach him a lesson in...
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
So you've come. I'm glad to see you. Captain Brandt has already apprised me of your proposal, a full-scale evacuation of the citizenry. Truth be told, I had reached the same conclusion. So long as we cower within these walls, we must live in fear of going the way of Melv. My ministers have approved the plans, and I have petitioned the encampment survivors and the Thieves' Guild for aid. The only remaining obstacle is my mother. She has set herself stubbornly against any such flight. I have tried to make her see reason, but of late she has taken to shutting herself in her chambers. However, I fear that my position permits me to entertain her fancy no longer. I must put the needs of the common folk before her selfish whims. Now, there are a few matters I must attend to before we can evacuate, and I would fain welcome your assistance. We will require several ox carts to carry the sick and aged out of the city. Might I prevail upon you to petition the merchant at the ox cart station in the west of the city for their use? You may assure him that the Royal Treasury will foot any and all expenses.
Queen Regent Disa hardly leaves her chambers, and all her meals come back scarcely touched. Between you and me, I fear for her health.
Have you come to claim my life? But I shall go to the grave with a smile on my lips, for I have no regrets. All I did for my darling son. So do as you will. I have no intention of begging for mercy.
What are you doing? Unhand me at once! Guards, help me!
You have brought Mother to me, I see. My thanks, friend. You have done me a great service.
Sven.
You may leave us. Now that we can speak without a door twixt us, I am confident that I can persuade her. This was in Mother's room. I did wonder where it had gotten off to. But why would she... Mother, I must beg your forgiveness. I believed that you desired to make me sovereign solely for your own benefit. Yet in truth, you sought to better the lot of our people.
Ah, but I would have benefited. And handsomely at that. Besides, I cannot deny that I was proud. I wished to see my own son on the throne, and no other.
Even so, I cannot help but feel that all of this could have been avoided. Had I only been more attentive, if I had but better known your heart, I could have shared in your burdens. You would not have had to suffer alone, and perhaps together, we could have walked a better path.
Oh, Sven.
Mother, I beg you, join the evacuation. You need not fall with this city. I would not see you take your crimes wholly on your own shoulders. That weight is as much mine to bear as 'tis yours.
My son, you truly would make a fine and goodly ruler. Your kindness will save many lives. Of that I have no doubt.
If I see that rat again, I'll gut it myself.
Laced, strapped, I'm ready for patrol. Silence cultivates wisdom.
Those new recruits soon better with their swords.
Very well. I shall return.
Morals I like to spark up.
I'm sure I can handle this.
Be gone with you, ruffian. These carts are mine. I paid good gold for them. And if you think I'll surrender a single one, I require the use of all of them to transport my wealth to safety. Fine. What are you doing? Put that away. No! Spare me! I pray you! I fear for my life.
Well, reckon he won't be coming back here in a hurry. As a matter of fact, I'd like to thank you for that. It didn't sit right, see? Having my wares claimed by some puffed-up minister trying to save his own skin. Anyhow, as long as I've got my gold, who takes the carts is no concern of mine. And if that craven comes crawling back, I'll tell him bandits took them.
They say a crisis reveals one's true character, but that man was no less miserably selfish than he always seemed. You have my support.
Ox carts aren't operating anymore, are they? It is perfectly understandable, albeit rather inconvenient.
To heal ourselves while we have the chance.
I don't suppose begging for a reprieve would get us far with one of its lot.
Of course. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Recklessness has done them no favours. They will conserve their strength.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall. Solace in victory. What fails to destroy us only enhances our chances against future adversaries. Thank you.
Remember, knowing your limits does not make you weak.
My word. Never did I dream we would come upon such a rarity.
Master, do take care not to throw it away by mistake.
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Not good will come of this.
Welcome. And
Dear, that's the wrong one.
Ah, apologies. Thank you, my darling. Fie. My vision's growing worse by the day, I fear. Methinks it began when I started reading an old grimoire I found whilst tidying the storeroom. 'Tis entitled, On the Transference of Souls. A curious tome, this. It claims to grant the reader the power to summon things from beyond the rift. I thought I might use it to stock my shelves with otherworldly wares. Perhaps you will think me simple, but truly all I want is a better life for my wife and daughter. Yet 'tis most vexing, for the moment I start reading the tome, 'tis as if a fog descends over my eyes. But mayhap there is hope for me yet. If I can get my hands on a quince, they're said to reduce fatigue of the eyes. Would you be kind? I must keep reading that.
I've heard quinces are native to Batal. Shall we see if we can't find some?
Welcome. As a discerning customer like yourself will doubtless appreciate, we offer excellent service. At a fair price. Always a pleasure.
Looks like we both got some time on our hands.
Welcome, and well met. Have you brought me a quince? Pray, do a man a kindness. 'Tis not for me.
Do come again.
Looks like we've both got some time on our hands.
Go on, have a look.
I'll sleep like a lot.
Washes all my troubles
Wonder if
clean.
there's any easy work.
You've pushed your luck too far.
I'll not take that from you.
Pray calm yourselves, good people. I will have none of this squabbling.
So, Manella, you don't understand. This scoundrel's the one who started it.
No, you don't understand. This is no time for the people of Batal to be quarrelling amongst themselves. We shan't weather this calamity unless we can recall our common purpose and unite our efforts towards it. Ah, Sir Arisen. You are returned, I see. With the world in such disarray, I could not stand to be away from my homeland. Thus did I return, to render what aid I may. I maintain order as best I can, but for every fire I extinguish, it seems 3 more are incited behind my back. But enough of my woes. What brings you here? You wish us to evacuate? Mayhap the idea merits some thought. After all, if we sit on our haunches, 'tis likely only a matter of time before we share the fate of Mel. Alas, the people of Batal are far from united in purpose at present. Should we proceed, unheeding of their divisions, I fear that our efforts would come undone ere long. With every soul at their wits' end, conflict is like to spark at the slightest provocation. As such, before we take any measures, I would have you walk amongst the people, Sir Arisen. Behold their plight with your own eyes, and should you encounter any discord, pray do aught you can to resolve the people's quarrels and assuage their fears. Such efforts will doubtless allow the evacuation to proceed all the more smoothly. As for me, my work here is far from done. Let us part ways for now, and reconvene when you have accomplished all you can.
Flared tempers are understandable given the circumstances. Let us aid in mediating the quarrels arising in Batal.
I suppose 'tis so.
Haven't you had enough yet? You're the one who started this.
Stop this nonsense, the pair of you.
That's quite enough. You'll get what's coming to you.
You saw the sky fall, I trust. I doubt you could have missed it. And wherever the sky falls, a dragon soon appears to lay waste to the land. Or so I had assumed, after what befell Melv. Yet aught here appears to be different. Has our ruin been... I must examine that creature. It may well be the key to unraveling the origins of this cataclysm.
The path through this rock has been sealed to us. There's naught for it but to search for an alternate route.
Many paths are closed. On accompany dragons and spirits like that. We must find a way.
Confound this obstruction. But I suppose I ought to have expected this. Answers were ne'er so easily won. Monsters! Summoned by that beast, no doubt.
Feast your eyes on this!
You have my protection. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Best you can do. It's obvious. Just make it quick.
Is that really all you can muster?
Principles unproven as dust and wind.
Cut one monster down and two more replaces. We ought to ignore the rabble and focus on our true objective.
The tide is turning against us.
It's obvious.
Seems this is the only way forward. Up we go.
I have but two words for that performance. Utter perfection.
Once more.
Why do you falter? A fine welcome indeed. I can only hope that the worst is now done.
I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
Alas, a theory is of little practical use.
Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes. One monster down and 2 more replace it. We ought to ignore the rabble and focus on our true objective. This cannot continue.
The beast's fell powers are twice as terrible in the flesh. You know the real nature of the dragon.
Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait a moment.
You truly are formidable, Arisen.
One monster down and 2 more replace it. We ought to ignore the rabble and focus on our true objective. This cannot continue.
Only truly impartial observers can perceive it. Have I really uncovered the truth of the dragon? There it is! The dragon at the heart of all this destruction! lies in an unfathomable state. What a singular creature. I should like to capture it and bring it back to the lab. There is much that might be learned from it. Why did you destroy it? The secrets we might have learned. Never mind. You've your charge, 'tis true, and the fiends appear to be falling back. But I trust you won't object if I take a sample of its remains. After all, your role is to save this world, and mine is to pursue its secrets. Go, do what you must. I will remain here and continue my work. Someday soon, I will lay bare the truth of this world, and on that day, I will slip the yoke of this broken order that rules us all.
That's quite enough. That's it. I've had enough.
Never did I imagine. Best not be bothering me for no reason. I've got nothing for you.
Few are privy to the goings-on in the Forbidden Magic Research Lab, even among the Batali.
Indeed. And the researchers employed there are as tight-lipped as they come.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Let it end.
Oi! Aye! Leave off or we'll make you!
Don't let them get the best. You can do better than that.
You impudent little...
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today, so bother us no more. Oi! I saw it first. Trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Batal is your land.
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't you mind your own business?
Aye, clear off. Pretty words shan't fill our bellies.
What business?
You said it's bad to hurt people. Wow! Thanks, sir. Say, Rakim, would you like some? I can't eat all this myself.
Really? Thanks. That's mighty kind of you. If only our fathers could do the same.
Oi, leave my kid alone.
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait. You shared your food with them. Thank you, sir. As for you, Nomos, 'twould seem we were both but looking out for our children, eh?
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all. And we both had children fed. We've no reason to quarrel.
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show we're none of us so different.
That was certainly worthwhile.
Ah! You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Nara, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further. Come, Scario. Prepare yourself.
Have at you!
Mercy!
Oh.
Put your back into it!
Pray you!
Stay back! Lest you get caught in the fray.
I believe in you! All about.
Don't let them get the better of you.
I haven't the foggiest, if I'm honest.
I believe in you!
Mercy! Have a look.
I don't fancy my chances.
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The loss is mine.
Nay, 'twas I who underestimated you. I'd thought to score an easy victory, but you fought fair and capably.
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on your account that we've seen some sense. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this nonsense might have cost one of us their life.
Indeed. Better to hone our respective skills than take up arms against petty slights, I say. It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this. One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods, but I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Batal are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you'll accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now. By your leave.
This place is too comfortable.
Never put gold in my pocket. Never put gold in my pocket.
Her Majesty has begun her supplications. None may see her ere they conclude.
Stay your hand, Vera. This one may pass. Come hither. We would speak with you. One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
That batal and the rest down are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manila to keep the peace.
Not bad, all things considered.
Peril can result from a moment's incaution.
Wonder if it's too early for dinner.
Okay, and not a moment's rest.
Gladly stay away. What should I get up to?
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but not one of us can wield bows or magic, I see.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
Let's be heading home.
There's a ballista, Arisen.
The Batali Knights use this place to train. You're not one of us, so I cannot imagine you've any business being here. Pray. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife... well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her doorstep. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party, as 'twere. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due haste.
I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them to join the evacuation.
You have my support. Materials, eh? I shan't deny. They have their uses.
weapon with the fury of the elements.
When that attack seems imminent, we'd best ensure we're out of reach. It has devastating potential.
I sustain is yours to lead. Look there! Are those inflamed portions? The brine? If so, they may be the source of its power. This place is open and bereft of suitable cover. Watch our foes' movements carefully, lest it reduce us to cinders.
Yes, of course. I see it now.
It seems striking the red lump reveals further weakness. You are in need of healing. Allow me.
Wait right there.
You'll not live to regret this.
grant you an elemental boon. Victory is at hand. Give no quarter. I shan't allow any further harm to come to you. Our foe is repelled by some miracle. Now this region shall be safe. At least for the time being.
Tis no small wonder that Oxguards have ceased operation, given the state of things.
A shame, but the roads have grown ever more perilous of late.
Here we go again.
You've a knack for drawing the enemy, Arisen. I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
On my way! Look out, Arisen! We're under attack!
Do not waste this chance. We must press home our advantage.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall!
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes.
I must admit that it feels wonderful to strike true.
have my protection.
They mean us harm. How adorable.
I quite agree. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
Would seem the creature was carrying something.
Feast your eyes on this. Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
As a matter of fact, it strikes me that you've more scars than others of our kind. I fear your travels have been hard going.
Well now, whatever brings... You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kind.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful, the path seems much changed since last we walked it.
That was certainly worthwhile.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it? Arisen, we ought to heal ourselves while we've the chance.
If we must, let us finish this quickly.
Ice's sting is yours to wield. This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Aye, what is it?
It appears we found a ballista.
This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins?
Would you find Ser Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg you. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name is. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. It would be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
It is no great shock to me.
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Did you want something? Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Of course ye'd make a decent request like that. Aye, fine. I'll do it. Seeing as ye're the one asking. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind, but you've my word. I'll get him to safety.
Sir Lamond shall be a boon to the evacuation effort. Let us inform Sir Ernesto of our success.
It is no great shock to me.
I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamont's arm to defend us. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
The people of Volcanic Island are evacuated. May they make it through the impending chaos intact.
It is no great shock to me.
I trust you put yourself properly.
Since you're here, you may as well take a dip, eh?
Everyone's as tired as I am. Leaving me up.